Shalom, Shabbat blessings. Welcome, welcome. Ventriloquist. Would anybody like to venture upon that and exactly explain what we're going to go with that? Pretty sure that, we had talked about this before. We said that the Most High uses man as a ventriloquist. Oh, man, the gospel of ventriloquist. Let me see if I can get this right. Ventriloquist. Meaning. Yeah. How y'all doing today? Let's see. We get this down. Now, a person who can speak or utter sounds so that they seem to come from somewhere else, especially an entertainer who makes their voice appear to come from a dummy or a person or an animal. See? There it is. So, when we be using voice synthesizers, like T-Pain and all these other people, let's look up Constellation. Got a key point of what a ventriloquist is. Let's look up Constellation. What's a constellation? Constellation is a group of stars forming a recognizable pattern that is traditionally named after its apparent form or identified with mythological figures. How many times we say that people focus on the avatars when they really don't exist? Michael, Gabriel, all the menorah angels, and it's all God. Period. You know what I'm saying? So, to see it in the form of in the life that we are living in is better, right? Than some blabbling person telling you something that we're not really for sure. But now we can be for sure on. Title of the message is Ventriloquist-Voice Synthesizer. Spirit Schematic'S. Okay? Nothing new under the sun. The very things that we are aware of, that we think we know and think that is safe, it really isn't. That's the moral of the story. So modern astronomers divide the sky into 88 constellations with defined boundaries. Just like every city have a different court system, right? Different type of rulership, right? So they're telling us, entities is ruling over us. How? Let's keep going. Constellation is a group of stars that appears to the form of the pattern. Picture like Orion, the great hunter, Leo, the lion, Taurus, the bull. Constellations are easy, recognizable patterns that help people orient themselves using the night sky. There are 88. There you go. 8 and 8 is 16. 88 constellations. New beginnings. New beginnings. The first thing you need to know is that constellations are not real. Everybody got that? The constellations are totally imaginary things that poets, farmers, and astronomers have made up over the past 6,000 years. It almost puts us back at Adam. 1,000 more years, which will make it 7, we'll be back at Adam. So, y'all see that? Now, why are we looking at this? What is a satellite? A satellite is an artificial body placed in the orbit around the Earth or the Moon, the planet, or order to collect information for communication. Celestial body orbiting the Earth or another planet, which is nothing but a star. There's no such thing as planets. A satellite is the moon, a star, they got planet, or machine that orbits a star. I can't get down with that planet. For example, Earth is a satellite. The sun is a satellite. Earth don't move. They're going to tell you Earth move. Earth don't move. But it does collect information. Then it forms that information as a hologram. That's what the scientists told us. The word satellite was first used to describe the follower of someone in a superior position, kind of like Christ and the disciples, right? But anyway, voice synthesizer Once you are hooked up, you see this Bluetooth symbol? See the figure 8 again? See, they go to 8 again. We just saw that 88 constellations. And then we have the X marks the spot, the X and the Y chromosome representing the male child that will rule with the iron rod. Just so you think I'm not making up stuff, let me go to the X right there to the far right. There it goes. Then you put the infinity sign of God and we get Bluetooth. You're on a different channel. And you know it's a sound wave because that right there, see, that's a wave. Like you skip rocks in the water, that's a wave. So that means something is going into your light body, giving you an intelligence to what? Enact a situation. So there was a big talk about a couple of weeks ago about a singer that was on BET Awards. Now, the reason why we're talking about this is because God never lets his people see shame. This guy right here, booyah, that guy, yeah, Giveon. Now, what I was talking about is beware what you let your kids, beware what you feed yourself as musically inclined, because that is the number one trick of the alter ego's way of doing things. They say he was an angel of music and light. Okay, we know angels of light are avatar, imaginary friends. Okay, I don't care if you're talking about righteousness or the devil, you got imaginary friends. Okay, God is not imaginary. All right, he's in your heart. You know his purpose, the Most High. But the rest of that stuff, wing beings and all, dragons, and come on, man, with that altered ego dimensional forces of the way that a goddess think. That's what the real deal is about. Some can't handle that, people. So we've talked about that technology is the Ouija board or the source medium that allows man to connect with the watchers, to connect with the elements, to connect with the very rudimentary things that teaches us how to use the power that has been given to us. Galatians chapter, what is it? 1? Nope, excuse me, 4, verse 1 through 9. So these are the very tutors. Shalom, Terzah Yahuda. Just seen your message. Blessings, blessings. Shalom, Yolanda Mitchell. Mama Yolanda, blessings, blessings unto you. Now, if we see that our computers, the weatherman tools, which is technology, they read the schematics of the earth. And the earth, what we see is imaginary friends. The grass is imaginary. The tree is imaginary. The river water you ride your boat on is imaginary. Your house is imaginary. A story that you are making up in your head. Does it make it true? We'll find out in the end, won't we? So if this world really isn't real, as the scriptures say, I'm going to do away with the first heaven and the earth. It's really nothing. It really doesn't exist. It says this in your scriptures before we even get into schematics of science. But my point is, when T-Pain using that thing, what's singing to us? You might say T-Pain because that's what you see. But obviously, if flesh is a hologram and it really isn't real, and you can go take an X-ray, CAT scan yourself right now, and you won't see your flesh. So that tells you right there, it's not really real. So when you scratch yourself, you say, oh, that hurts. You told yourself, taught yourself to understand that hurts, but it's really not real. Then we be in awe when someone can put a flame on their hand and never say, ouch. Well, it's not that they're immune to pain. It's just that inside of them, they really don't believe in it. So nothing can come to you unless you open the portal into yourself and let it on in, which is in your heart and in your mind and your inner soul being. So if we allow technology to rule over us, what's really ruling over us? The disembodied, invisible friends, the imaginary friends, the real gospel. Check it out.
Last night, Gideon performed at the BET Awards, but things didn't go as planned. When he first got on stage, you guys, he sounded a hot mess. I figured maybe he couldn't hear himself. I really didn't know what was going on.
All these ladies do like African of birth. Do you ever think of me?
Now, he kept tapping his mic, I guess letting BET know that he needed a new mic, and they did bring.
Now, we know about the lights, portal holes. Look at the circle right there of how the earth really is. Look at the center. Okay, but that's besides the point. When he switched mics, it was okay because the mic he was singing out of wasn't a voice synthesizer to compute, spirits to make him sound all glorious like an angel and so on. Because to say that the thing messed up, okay, go listen to T-Pain and some of Chris Brown that used that thing. Now Chris Brown can really sing. So he really doesn't need it. Jamie Foxx, okay, Jamie Foxx way before then, Unpredictable. That song he using the synthesizer. Okay, you know the difference between the real voice and the actual. When they sing from their voice and they really mean what they're singing. It's called soul singing. In the church, they say that's a singer. Sing from the soul. Your hair stand up when you hear him when you hear the pipes blow. Like Whitney, Aretha Franklin, people like that, like catch your attention, even when you wasn't trying to pay attention. So that's what these schematics of these demons or invisible friends, forces, is doing when we let them mediate for us. Again, in order to have a business, you have to sign over to an entity. So to be a singer, rapper, whatever, you have to give over to an entity. To be a court judge, policeman, you have to sign over to the entity, right? So if we are agreeing, clearly, whether they put it in the form of demons and devils or not in the contract, you know what entity means. You don't go around calling the Most High an entity. So, or deity, you call him the divine, he's the all, the creator of all things. I don't care if you believe in him, follow him or not. Even wickedness understands this concept. So when you, be aware of what the guy couldn't just say, well, yeah, we was you. When he say they sabotaged me in the way they did, but not the way that we would take it, So, but he knows that they gave him one of the mics that don't compute his voice. So they let the people hear the real voice of him. Then they try to cover it up. They do things like that, like turn Al Chipoff, that dude that be on the New York news. Yeah, y'all all saw that live. That was just about 11 to 15 years ago. He cut off like RoboCop. How do you make a human body do that? Well, I guess we found out, huh? So if they ain't doing that to people that is making them money, oh man, what is us? So, just understand the times that you are living in and how angles of bad energy are shape-shifting into folks just as well as the Holy Ghost people and having them do a purpose. Shall we finish?
Bring him one, and after that, he sounded just fine. But Gideon was feeling some type of way after this performance. He felt like BET was trying to sabotage his performance. And he said, not BET sabotaging my mic. And then he tagged Lil Nas X and said, I get it. Now, if you're not aware, Lil Nas X was not invited to the BET Awards, nor was he nominated for any awards. So they pretty much played him. That's how he feels. And he feels like it's because he is gay. So that's what Gideon was basically talking about. Now, me personally, I don't think they were trying to sabotage Gideon's performance. I watched the whole award show. I feel like possibly it was a bad mic, but they came out and they fixed it. And he had a great performance after that. I really don't feel like...
She just said the brother can't sing. It was the computed voice synthesizer that makes his whole records. That's not the point. If that's what you do, be real about it. That's what you do. We don't want no nilly vanillies and all, and all of that. You can sing, you can sing. If you use the voice mic, be like T-Pain. Yo, I use the synthesizer. I can't sing. All right? Nobody cares. If you're writing music that people feel, then they're going to feel you. You see what I'm saying? You don't got to be something you're not. So, when we play with devils and demons, they turn on you, So, when they turn on you, we be looking crazy. So, that's what we plan to do. I'm BC the Tishvite, BC the Hebrew. Holy Ghost Power Christ Ministries. Y'all have a complete, blessed, happy Shabbat.